Okay, welcome back to Mr. Turner's art class. I have my daughter with me today, and she is Elena, and she is going to be helping us make a origami rose. So if you can see how that looks, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, you just need some basic supplies. You're just gonna need those scissors, some glue, and some paper. You know, just two sheet. What you say? 2 sheets of paper.
Yeah, maybe like one sheet of paper.
Okay, just one regular 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper, copy paper. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay, so you're gonna take your sheet of construction paper or regular.
We're gonna have to cut this one down because it's pretty big. So
Yeah.
So go ahead.
You still go about the same process the same way. You take it, fold it horizontally, or hamburger as you call it. Don't know.
Horizontally.
Yeah. You fold it in half. And from there, you take it and along the crease, you cut it in half, just so you have equal halves.
So we're doing this just so we can have one 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will not need the other half of this paper.
No.
Everything is gonna be done with just one piece.
You're gonna need both pieces.
You're gonna need both. So you need two 8.5 by 11 size sheets of paper.
You could use one 8 by 11 half, but you're gonna fold it in half anyway horizontally because you're gonna need two sheets.
Okay, so I mean, once you cut this in half, once you fold this and cut this, you just need these two halves, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, if you did have like an 8 by 11, you're still gonna it's gonna seem a little smaller. It's only a little bit bigger in this case because I have a bigger sheet of construction paper.
Okay, go ahead.
But you're gonna take each half and you're gonna fold it horizontally again, because this is a crucial part to making the rose decent size rose. But yeah, do that to both halves. I'm gonna go fold both halves as I go because that's just how I like to do things. So you're gonna take the half that you already folded. You have two halves that are gonna be folded. You take the top right corner and you're gonna fold it into the shape of a triangle. So you're
come this way.
you're gonna go along this half and be sure that when they are folded, you get a nice kind of size triangle. And then you're going to crease it as you fold the piece of the paper. Be sure you have nice creases because that's going to be a pretty important part in all of this. So then you're going to take the same corner that you just folded and you are going to fold it to meet with this other corner. If you see it this way, you're going to take this and then fold it to meet this other corner. Be sure it still goes along this half just so everything is symmetrical. And you are going to crease again. Okay. Take that same corner you just folded and then fold it to this other point. So you're going to touch both points with every fold. So it should look like you have this little flap in the middle while it's still in the shape of a triangle. Then you're going to take this half right here, because this flap is going to be folded to your left. You're going to take this half, flip to the other side, and then fold this entire piece in half. So you almost got a paper airplane almost type shape. Once you have that, you're going to do the same thing with this sheet of paper. I'm going to get this off to the side. Okay. Again, take the top right corner, fold it in so you have a nice looking triangle. And crease. Take the top left corner, fold it to this bottom corner. I have to flip it and crease. Again, take this flap you just folded and then let it fold and meet with the bottom left corner. And keep it in the shape of a triangle. And crease. And take this half, make sure the flap is to your left, and fold that in half. And crease. Okay, now that you have both of your little airplane shapes, I'm going to take your pair of scissors and along here, preferably, you're going to...
We're going to give probably a distance. So would you say what would you use the length of your thumb before where you're going to cut it?
Maybe I'd say if you line it up with the bottom half of your thumb right here and then just kind of cut it to where the tip of your thumb would be.
Okay.
And then you're going to cut almost a heart, almost like a heart shape almost. At least. That's what I see it as. And you just cut. So it almost looks like...
Yeah, a little curve.
I'm going to do the same thing with this, and if it helps, take that piece you just cut and then lay it on top just so everything is...
So you have a guide.
Yeah, just use it as a guide and then cut it, but be sure you don't cut the actual guide. So, if it helps, just do that. I still do that myself. Okay, you're not gonna need these pieces anymore. And then after you cut it, you should have two little flower-like, or four little flower-like petals. They should look like this. They should have 8 petals. 4 flower-looking shapes and 8 petals.
Okay.
So you're gonna take your first flower-shaped origami, I guess, and you're gonna cut out 1 petal. But as you cut, do not cut it completely. You're just gonna cut all the way to the center and then completely cut out just 1. Mine will cut. To be sure it's cut out completely. Do not throw it away, you're gonna need this later.
All right, put that one off to the side.
And you should have, with the first flower shape, you're gonna have 7 petals. Second one, you're gonna cut out 2 petals. If it helps, cut along the crease. That's why we have put our creases there. And cut out.
If this video so happens to turn off, we will end up making a second part.
Again, keep these 2 petals off to the side.
2 of those, and
so you should have 7 on one, 6.
put those off to the side. Go to the next one.
The third flower shape, you're going to cut out 3. Cut out 3 little petals. And so you're going to need every piece for later, just so you can get this rose looking like a rose. Mine will come out. No. Again, keep these 3 pieces.
That's 3 pieces.
And then you're gonna have this shape here. Then on the 4th petal, you're gonna cut out 4 pieces. So in this case, just cut the flower shape in half. Again, keep this piece and set this piece off to the side. You're gonna need all 4 of these pieces that you just left off to the side. You're gonna use that for later. So you're gonna take the first petal that you cut out, and if you have a toothpick, this can help. If not, then we can make it work. So you're gonna fold the top half or the top part of this first petal, and you're gonna roll it, and this is gonna be the centerpiece. In this case, this part right here of the actual rose. You don't have to fold it all the way down.
So basically roll it up like a cigarette.
Yeah. Then you're gonna take this side or this side, however you prefer it. And then with this part rolled, you're going to roll it. If not, you don't have to. Roll it as you go. No. Probably need to roll it again. Just be sure that it is a rolled piece of this petal. It's not very neat, but like I said, if you have a toothpick or something, a skewer, it can help.
Well, rose from nature is going to be kind of jagged looking anyway, so I mean, that's going to work.
Okay, then set this piece off to the side. Again, this is going to be your centerpiece, this part here of your rose. Okay, you're going to do the same thing with these. So with each petal, you're going to kind of roll it.
Just rolling up like a cigarette.
Be sure it has that little curve that's there. If it helps, you can sit here and cut along the crease just a little bit, just so you're able to cut it a little bit or roll it a little bit more, just a little tad. You can do it with each of your little petals, but don't cut completely down the center, just enough to where it helps you roll. Then you're going to take the side. Again, this will be another part of the centerpiece, just so it gives you that illusion of the center of the petal, and then just roll it.
So you rolled it in one direction, then you rolled it in a second direction.
You can if you want. I just prefer to do it that way. You can roll it in the same direction if you feel like it.
You should show it once you...
So it should look kind of like that. And then you're gonna put that off to the side.
All right.
Okay, then like I said, if it helps, I'll do it for my own preference. You cut along the creases that are there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And you're going to roll the top part of the petal again. It wants to roll with me. No pun intended. But okay. Okay, the only difference is that after you have these rolled, you can take one part of the petal and you're going to fold it in along the crease. All right, so then this is when your glue stick will come into play. You take the glue. You can either fold in this piece and this piece here first. You have your glue stick, put a little bit of glue on that particular petal.
Show where that is.
It's all right here. Then you're going to fold in this piece and then just glue it. Lay it on top of here.
Let me see it from the side, top.
So from the top, it should look like in the end you have two petals.
A cone pocket. Okay.
Yeah. And mine came apart. But no. Sometimes you have to hold it almost just so it kind of sticks. But for the most part, you'll have this. If you need to roll it back again, you can. You could probably do it after, once you have all the pieces that are there.
Okay.
Again, set it off to the side. Set it off to the side.
And you may have to hold it or put something on it. Right now, we're rushing the video, so that you have to make sure that it has a lot of glue on it, and you may have to put something on it.
Yeah, it won't take very long to really just hold, but every now and then it'll become a little just a little stubborn. Okay. Put it off to the side. I'm just gonna stick it there. Okay, just for my own preference. Do the same thing with these 4 petals you have that you cut out. I'm gonna fold it in, put a little bit of glue on one petal, one of the outside petals. Glue there. Then you're going to fold in the other outside petal and then let it meet.
And again, that's where you probably have to like press it real good and hold it. Again, we're rushing the video, so.
And so whenever you fold it in, you should have 3 nice looking petals, just because you folded everything in.
So it should look like a cone. It should have a cone shape.
Again, after you're done folding this in, you're going to curl everything here like we did with the
in the beginning.
Yeah, the previous petals and whatnot.
You curl the top portion like a cigarette to give it that rose look.
Cigarette. Like I said, along the crease that you had here, you can kind of cut just a tad bit there if it helps you roll it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but just for my own preference.
Granted, this will make it have the stereotypical look of a rose, so I would do it just like what we're doing in this video.
Okay, so you should have almost a cone shaped 3 petals after you roll everything. And you're going to continue doing all of that with the rest of your pieces. So take the one of the outside petals, fold it in along the crease. That's why we left the creases there. Take your glue stick, a little bit of glue on there. Take one of the other outside petal and then let it meet. And this is just one of the petals. I didn't do it in order like I did last time, but you should have something that looks like this. And again, if you feel like it, just cut just a tad bit along the crease, just so you have a little bit more room to work with when it comes to the rolling of the top portion of the petal pieces. Again, you're just gonna roll this top portion like a cigarette. You can kind of hold it a little bit if it helps. Like I said, you're gonna do this with every petal, every flower portion of the pieces you cut. This is going to help give this little illusion that's here, just so it looks fairly nice. I would say neat, but a lot of roses aren't. So it makes them a little unique in my opinion.
Yeah, the more jagged and rounded off it looks, the better. The beauty of this is, because it's from nature, it's not supposed to look perfect, because nothing in nature is perfect or perfect looking, but it's going to look good in its imperfections. So don't think that yours is going to look exactly 100% like this one, but it will come out good looking like a rose as long as you're following these steps.
Then you'll have this little shape that you have here, like a little cone. And you can do this however many times you you feel like it, at least this project, just so you can have a little bit of practice and, you know, you can have a better looking rose, maybe even better than even this. It should look better than this, with it being a little rushed.
And this video is a little bit longer than my normal videos, but I mean, it is a kind of a lengthy process. We are rushing this, so definitely take your time, slow the video down, and just kind of follow the steps.
After you fold all your pieces, just set it off to the side because everything will be used for the most part, I believe.
And again, if this video cuts off suddenly, we will be coming right back on here, and there will be a part 2 so you can see the conclusion of this. But you can see it's pretty straightforward.
This top half. Like I said, if you ever have a toothpick or a skewer or something, just roll it a little along the kind of the tip of the toothpick or the skewer if it helps get a more defined kind of curl. I'm doing this purely by hand because it also works too.
And this is a good project to do since it's going to be raining all week, so at least it is here. I don't know where y'all at. I don't know if you're in another state or wherever, but this is something that is relaxing. So just take y'all time with it and just enjoy the process. And if it doesn't come out looking quite like you want it, that's the beauty of it. Try it again and you will get it. Biggest thing is enjoy the process of making it.
This should be our last kind of cone-shaped petal. So we are going to work with all the pieces we have. It'll look very nice. Like I said, y'all should look way better than mine. I'm not taking my time like I usually would. Okay, now once you have all of your pieces, you are going to take the biggest piece. It should be 6 petals big. That's going to be your bottom half of this rose. And you're going to take all your pieces gradually that are bigger and such, and you're going to take, whether it helps if you put it on the bottom petal or the actual petal itself, that's you're going to be putting in. It helps, so whatever you prefer, just be sure that it goes in. You can use glue and or tape to put it in there, just so it kind of sticks inside of the actual rose. You're going to put it in. So at this point, you are assembling your rose.
And are you turning it like a little offset? from the roses, or are you putting them right on top of each other?
I'm putting them a little offset just so it kind of gives just a kind of more natural, jagged.
And so you see how like this one is, y'all see how this one is here, but the other petal is over here. So that's what I mean by offset. So each one you kind of do like almost like an X. I guess you can say.
But you're gonna glue all the pieces that are on here. I'm just gonna put it on top of each other just so you can have a little reference. I'm gonna take this fourth one, put it into the third one. And like I said, preferably glue it and just be sure that everything, if you like, you can offset it like he's saying. And then you're gonna put it inside of each other just so you can see how everything's going on. So at this point, you're going to take both of your rolled pieces. You're going to take the smallest one that you have that was generally your first petal. You're going to put it inside of your second one. If you like, you can glue it in there. You can tape it together, whatnot. And then you're going to put it inside the center. You can make it smaller if you feel like it. And for the most part, you are going to have your little rose.
And that is that. And that looks awesome. And if you want to be real cute about this, you know, if you have some green construction paper, you know, of course you can cut out and make the jagged looking petals that goes on these, you know, and whatnot. But for the most part, that is it. That is all you have to do. And that looks awesome.
2 little roses. One of them bigger than the other, but that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And those look awesome together. All right, so I'm gonna thank my my daughter here for sharing this origami tutorial with y'all. And you know, it's not hard. Just go back and watch the video and just take your time. Just slow the video down and just follow the steps, and you will have something that looks similar to this, you know. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something out of this, get something out of this today, you know, on this rainy day. But, you know, just keep you busy. You make these and give them to the people you care about. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.